Right triangle trigonometry, law of sines and law of cosines by Lexi Chase and Jack Lawrence. Remember, put your calculator on degree mode. Here's some handy dandy formulas. For right triangles, you use SOHCAHTOA. Law of sines, you use sine of A over lowercase a equals sine of B over lowercase b equals sine of C over lowercase c. For law of cosines, here's the formulas. C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB times cosine C. And basically the same with some letter changes.
On degree mode.
SOHCAHTOA. So sine of x equals opposite over hypotenuse. Nice grammatical error. Cosine of x equals adjacent, doesn't look right, over hypotenuse. TOA equals tan of x equals an opposite over adjacent. Now keep in mind, this is only for right triangles. Let's go ahead and just jump right into examples. Here's example number 1. Here we have a triangle. We need to find x, and the key here is to use SOHCAHTOA to put it in degree mode. So, plugging the numbers into our formula, we're going to use TOA. Tan of 67 equals x over 14. Then we do 14 times tan of 67 equals x over 14 times 14. 14 tan of 67 equals 32.98. And that is your answer. Let's go ahead and go over the law of sines. Sine of A over A equals sine of B over B equals sine of C over C. The uppercase letter represents the angles in the triangle. The lowercase letters represent the sides. And you match the letters that are located across from each other. Example 2. We're going to use law of sines here. Here's a triangle, and we need to solve it. So by doing this, we're going to use the law of sines, which is this. And we're going to plug in our numbers that we have. We're going to use angle B. We got sine of 39 over side B over 28 equals sine of x over 41, which is the other side given. And we multiply 28 and 41 to distribute. We get 41 sine 39 equals 28 sine x. We got to use the inverse. We get sine of -1 times 41 sine 39 over 28 equals sine of x times sine of -1. Sine of x equals 67.14. And that is C. Angle C. Continuing on, now we have to solve for A, which is very easy. We just add up the two angles, angle B and angle C, and that gives us A. We do 39 plus 67.14, and that equals 106.15. We do 180 minus 106.15, and we get angle A equals 73.86. We'll just, yeah, you didn't see that. Alright, we're going to continue on with example 2. There's our triangle. We have all the angles. We just have to find side A. We're going to just plug the numbers into our formula again. Use law of sines here. And we just plug it in. We use angle B over side B equals angle A over X. And X represents side A. So we multiply x on the left side and 28 on the right side to distribute, and we get x sine 39 equals 28 sine 73.86. X sine 39 over sine 39 equals 28 sine 73.86 over sine 39. And we get x equals 42.74, which represents A. There's a solved triangle if I've ever seen one. Let's review law of cosines real quick. A squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc times cosine A. B squared equals a squared plus c squared minus 2ac times cosine B. C squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab times cosine C. The uppercase letters represent angles, the lowercase letters represent sides. We're going to use law of cosines when it is not a right triangle and you do not have enough info to use the law of sines. Let's go ahead and go to another example. Here we have a triangle and it appears that we have to solve it. They gave us side B, side C, and angle A. So we're going to plug our numbers into the formula law of cosines, and we get a squared equals 21 squared plus 42 squared minus 2 times 21 times 42 times cosine 39. And we get a squared equals 834.115. We find the square root of that, and we get a equals 28.88. Now we have enough information to use the law of sines. Example 3 continued. We're going to use the law of sines. We're going to do angle A over side A equals angle C over side C. And we get 42 sine 39 equals 28.88 sine of x. 42 sine 39 over 28.8 equals sine of x. We're going to do the inverse of that, and we find x, and we find that C equals 66.24. And this is our last slide. Continuing on with example 3. Example 3, there's what we have so far, and we have to find the last angle. You just add up all the sides. 39 plus 66.24 equals 105.24. We're going to subtract that from 180, and you get 74.76. That is a long video.